Hi everyone, welcome back to our series. In the last lecture, we explored how an app recommendation system works. But remember, we ran into a challenge how to select the root question for a decision tree. Well, today we are going to solve that issue. Here's what we will cover in this session: accuracy, classifier 1 and 2, comparison of the two classifiers based on accuracy, Gini impurity, the Gini impurity formula, examples and Gini impurity calculation for app recommendation dataset, entropy, and final comparison. By the end of this lecture, you will understand exactly how to select the best root question for a decision tree. Calculate Gini impurity and entropy and choose the most effective classifier for your dataset. So, let's jump in and solve this root question challenge once and for all. Alright everyone, let's start with our first topic for today, accuracy. Basically, how often is our model correct? We have talked about accuracy before, but let's do a quick recap. In simple terms, accuracy is the fraction of correctly classified data points divided by the total number of data points. In other words, it tells us how often our model gets the answer right. Now imagine this scenario. Suppose we are allowed to ask only one question to a user, and based on their answer, we have to recommend an app. The big question is, which single question will give us the most accurate recommendations? We have two possible classifiers to test this. Classifier 1 asks what platform do you use, like iPhone or Android. Classifier 2 asks what is your age group, like young or adult. Our goal here is to compare these two questions and figure out which one leads to more accurate predictions. Later, we will actually calculate the accuracy for both classifiers and see which question is the better root question for our decision tree. So stick with me because this is the first step in solving the root selection puzzle for our app recommendation system. Now that we know what accuracy is, let's see it in action with our first classifier. Classifier 1 asks a simple question: what platform do you use? Basically iPhone or Android. Here's how it works. If the user answers iPhone, we focus on iPhone users. Among iPhone users, CodeChamp was downloaded 2 out of 3 times. So our recommendation is CodeChamp for all iPhone users. That's correct, 2 times out of 3. If the user answers Android, we focus on Android users. Among Android users, FitTracker was downloaded 2 out of 3 times. So we could recommend FitTracker for all Android users. Again correct, 2 times out of 3. Now let's add it all up. Total correct prediction equals 4. Total data points equals 6. So the accuracy of this classifier is 66.67%. Notice how just one simple question, the platform, already gives us a pretty decent accuracy. But is it the best question? That's what we will find out when we look at classifier 2. Next up, let's check out classifier 2, which asks a different question. What is your age group, young or adult? Here's the flow. If the users answer young, we look at our young users. All young users downloaded FitTracker, that's 3 out of 3. So we recommend FitTracker to all young users. Correct every time. If the user answers adult, we focus on adult users. Most adults downloaded CodeChamp, 2 out of 3. So we recommend CodeChamp to all adult users. Correct 2 out of 3 times. Now let's total it up. Total correct predictions 5, total data points 6. So the accuracy of classifier 2 is 83.33%. See what happened here. By asking the right question, age group, we improved our accuracy from 66% to over 83%. This clearly shows that choosing the right root question can make a huge difference in a decision tree. Next, we will compare both classifiers side by side and see which one is the better choice for our app recommendation system. Now that we have seen both classifiers in action, let's put them side by side and see which one performs better. Looking at the numbers, it's clear that classifier 2, which splits the data based on age group, performs better. It correctly classifies 5 out of 6 users, whereas classifier 1, based on platform, only gets 4 out of 6 correct. What does this tell us? Age is a more useful feature for choosing the root question in our decision tree. By selecting the feature with higher accuracy at the root, the decision tree becomes simpler. The recommendations become more precise and overall the system works much better for our users. So accuracy not only tells us how good a classifier is, but also guides us in building an effective decision tree from the start. Next, we will explore Gini impurity, another metric that helps us decide the best root feature step by step. What is Gini impurity? Alright everyone, now that we have seen how accuracy can guide us in choosing the best root question, let's introduce another key concept in decision trees, Gini impurity. Gini impurity tells us how mixed and impure a dataset is. In simple terms, it measures how often we would be wrong if we randomly labeled an item based on the distribution of classes. Let's make this visual. Imagine you have a bag of colored balls, 4 red and 1 blue, so total 5 balls. Step 1. Chance that both balls are the same color. We randomly pick 2 balls with replacement. Probability of picking red 4 by 5. Probability of picking blue 1 by 5. Now, probability of both red 4 by 5 multiplied by 4 by 5 equals 16 by 2, 5. Probability of both blue 1 by 5 into 1 by 5 equals 1 by 2, 5. So, probability of both same color equals 0.68. Step 2. Chance that balls are different colors. This is the complement. 1 minus 0.68 equals 0.32. That's the Gini impurity of this set. General formula for any data set with n classes: if Pi equals probability of picking class I, then Gini impurity equal 1 minus P1 square plus P2 square plus up to Pn square. All elements the same, Gini equals 0, perfectly pure. 50 by 50 mix of 2 classes, Gini equals 0.5, some impurity. 3 classes equally mixed, Gini equals 0.67, even more impurity. When building a decision tree, the algorithm looks for the feature split, like age or platform, that produces child nodes with the lowest Gini impurity. Low Gini equals more pure equals better split. The algorithm chooses the feature that reduces Gini impurity the most, maximizing the information gain for Gini. So basically, Gini helps us pick the best root question, the one that gives the cleanest, most organized tree for accurate predictions. Now that we understand the intuition behind Gini impurity, let's formalize it with a formula. Suppose we have a data set with m total elements and different classes. Let's say each class I has ai elements. Then the probability of randomly picking an element from class I is Pi equals ai by m. Once we know the probabilities, the Gini impurity index is calculated as 1 minus P1 square plus P2 square up to Pn square. What does this formula tells us? It gives the probability that 2 randomly chosen elements from the dataset belong to different classes. This formula is what decision tree algorithms use to quantify impurity and decide the best feature to split. Later, we will apply this formula step by step on our app recommendation dataset so you can see exactly how it works in practice. Gini impurity examples. Now that we know the formula for Gini impurity, let's see a couple of practical examples to really understand it. Example 1. Consider the set. Probability of red equals 8 by 10. Probability of blue equals 2 by 10. Applying the formula, Gini equals 0.32, fairly pure. This set is mostly red, so there is a low impurity. Example 2. Now consider a more mixed set. Probability of red equals 4 by 10, blue equals 3 by 10, 2 equals 2 by 10, and green equals 1 by 10. Gini calculation equals 0.70, very impure. Here many colors are present, so the impurity is high. Lower Gini equals less diversity equals more purity. Higher Gini equals more mixed equals higher chance of misclassification. Gini impurity measures how likely we are to make a mistake if we randomly label an element according to the class proportions in that group. Now that we understand Gini impurity and its formula, let's apply it to our app recommendation dataset and see how it helps us choose the best root feature. Here's the dataset. We label app as A. FitTracker, B. CodeChamp, C. PetPal. Split by platform, classifier 1. So Gini for iPhone leave equals 0.444 and Gini for Android leave equals 0.444. Average Gini for platform split equals 0.444. Split by age. Gini for young leave equals 0. Gini for adult leave equals 0.444. Average Gini for age split equals 0.222. Comparison is splitting by age gives a lower average Gini, meaning the resulting groups are more pure. Therefore, age is the better feature to split first in our decision tree. This calculation clearly shows how Gini impurity helps us pick the optimal root cushion for accurate and precise recommendations. Now that we have explored Gini impurity, let's look at another important measure, entropy. Entropy measures the impurity or disorder in a dataset. A lower entropy means the dataset is purer. A higher impurity means it is more mixed or uncertain. The formula for entropy is entropy equals negative sum over I equals 1 to n of P sub I times log base 2 of P sub I, where Pi is the fraction of elements belonging to class I, and by convection 0 log 0 equals 0. If the set is pure, all elements the same, entropy equals 0. If the set is mixed, entropy will be larger. Just like Gini impurity, we calculate entropy for each leaf after a split and take the average. Lower average entropy equals better split, higher average entropy equals more mixed nodes. So essentially, entropy is another way to quantify how mixed a data set is and helps the decision tree decide the best feature to split on. Here's a calculation step by step for our app recommendation dataset and see which feature is the better split. Classifier 1. Probabilities PA equals 1 by 3, PB equals 2 by 3, PC equals 0. So, after substituting the numbers and simplifying, the entropy equals 0.9183. Android leaf. Probabilities 2 by 3, 0 and 1 by 3. Same as iPhone but rearranged. Entropy is the same as above, 0.9183. Classifier 2. Age split. Young leaf. AAA. Pure set. Entropy equals 0. Adult leaf. BBC. Probabilities PB equals 2 by 3 and PC equals 1 by 3. Entropy equals 0.9183. Average entropy for age split equals 0.45915. Lower average entropy is better, indicates purer groups. Platform split 0.9183. More mixed. Age split 0.459. More pure. So again, splitting by age is clearly the better choice. Notice how both Gini impurity and entropy point to the same optimal root feature, reinforcing our decision for a clean and accurate decision tree. Alright everyone, we have calculated accuracy, Gini impurity and entropy for both possible splits in our app recommendation dataset. Now it's time to compare all three measures side by side. Accuracy, age split correctly predicts 5 out of 6 users, better than platforms 4 by 6. Gini impurity, age split gives lower average Gini 0.222 versus 0.444. More pure groups. Entropy, age split gives lower average entropy 0.45915 versus 0.91830. Less disorder, more certainly. Conclusion. All three metrics agree. Splitting by age is the optimal first split for our decision tree. So the root question for this dataset should be, is the user young? This shows how using different measures together not only confirms the best choice but also gives us confidence that our decision tree will make accurate and reliable recommendations. By systematically analyzing accuracy, Gini and entropy, we can design decisions tree that are both simple and precise, which is exactly what we wanted to achieve with our app recommendation system. Wow, we have covered a lot today. Before we wrap up, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for joining this session. If you enjoyed this lecture, follow for more tutorials on machine learning and data science, and don't forget, share your thoughts and questions in the comments or your notes. I would love to hear from you. The best way to predict the future is to create it. So keep experimenting, keep learning, and keep building amazing things. That's it for today. Bye bye and see you in the next lecture.